They're 0 for their previous 3, but they got to be happy with the way they played the Catamounts last time out.
Well, and you look at the way they've been playing towards the end of the season. They take Vermont to overtime. They lose to Bryant by 1. They lose at New Hampshire by 1. They've been in every game, and they're a dangerous team. The last time against Vermont, they had 16 field goals that they made that were contested shots, and that's what they do. They have players who can score the basketball, by making difficult shots when defenders are in their face, and that's why this game is very scary for the Catamounts, because of the way NJIT can score the ball, and NJIT has no fear, in terms of, hey, we took Vermont to the end, and Finn Sullivan 3, and then a tip in by Robin Duncan, so they're ready to go. Let's see what we got. Let the madness of March begin here in Catamount country.
Win and continue to host. That's the theme of the day for the Vermont Catamounts. Right through to the final, which would be here if the Catamounts can get 2 wins under their belt. They're off to a good start as they win jump ball at center court. And will be on offense to start the game. Finn Sullivan cuts through. Veretto hands it off to Robin Duncan. Duncan down low. Dylan Penn trying to back his man in. Penn kicks it out to Sullivan. Spots up for 3. That's off the mark and no good. Long rebound. Cam Gibson had to kind of turn back and got there a little bit late. And it's taken by Faison.
And a good look for the player of the year, Finn Sullivan, who's just been so good as of late and all season long for the Catamounts. A well-deserved honor. Needs to have a big postseason as well.
Nice jump hook in the key by Osawe.
Osawe solid on the inside. Can really just get it in the low block area and finish as he did right there. NJIT takes the early lead.
Finn Sullivan to the elbow, rolls it out for Veretto, takes DeGraff off the bounce, gets down low, trying to reverse layup, was knocked down, no whistle. And the Highlanders takes the basketball. Sullivan on the kick out. Osawe eventually for Hess. DeGraff bounces it for Sullivan, guarded by Sullivan. That makes things easy. DeGraff for 3. That's good.
Nice little pick and pop right there. DeGraff stepping out, knocking down that triple. He can knock down that 3-point shot as he's shooting in the mid 30% range right there.
Dylan Penn down low with a little righty hook shot over top of Hess. Gets the Catamounts on the board.
A nice play right there. Dylan Penn getting the easy bucket on the interior. Vermont wanting to pick up, force a little tempo here.
Sullivan nearly had that one knocked away by Finn Sullivan. Tried to hand it off to Hess. Hess didn't take it, and it's a carry.
And again, that's what you want to do. You want to force some tempo, get NJIT to play a little faster. They're very comfortable in those first 2 opening possessions in the half court. Got 2 great looks that led to 5 points.
Dylan Penn, right side, pushes Veretto back. Now wants to take his man to the hoop, going left. Knocked out of bounds by the Highlanders. And Vermont will keep the basketball. Fresh 20 for the Catamounts, just about 2 minutes deep. Vermont trailing 5-2. Matt Veretto hands off to Sullivan, puts it on the deck to the left, hesitates and kicks to Cam Gibson for 3. That's good, and we're tied at 5.
And that's what just makes this offense so difficult when you go 5 out right there. Finn Sullivan, his ability to put the ball down. Cam Gibson, lethal from beyond the arc, gets that triple, and we're tied at 5.
DeGraff thought about pulling the trigger, hands off instead to Sullivan. Raheem Sullivan. Cale DeGraff, now Hess. Turns, drives right, pulls up, cut off by Gibson, tried to lob it inside to Osawe. Osawe matched up against Robin Duncan. Osawe steps out, 3 to shoot, fires a jumper, that's good.
And that's what NJIT can do. That was a really good defensive stance, but guess what? That was better offense in the lead back to NJIT.
Robin Duncan, part of the all-defensive team, and why not? He's guarded every position through the 4. As Finn Sullivan lobs it off for Duncan, trying to throw it up lefty before he was closed out, missed. And another defensive rebound for NJIT.
And if you're NJIT, the way you want to manage the upset is you want to play this in like 4-minute segments. Every TV timeout, you want to either tie or win those segments. And as we approach this first TV timeout, you couldn't be happier with the way the Highlanders have been playing.
Good team defense rotation by Dylan Penn to cut off that DeGraff drive. Now falling to the floor, had a shot blocked. Veretto got a piece of it. And back the other way, Cam Gibson is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. So Faison was driving to the hoop, thought maybe he got fouled.
I thought Cam Gibson might have traveled on the catch right there, too.
Get another look at Saway's work here on Duncan, and that's just good offense.
That's great offense. Mid-range jumper, that's so contested. You look at that, Robin couldn't have played it any better, but that's just tremendous shot-making ability.
Gibson from the stripe misses the first.
Cam's on his 29th free throw attempt on the season.
The better shooters for Vermont don't shoot a lot. Vermont, generally speaking, doesn't seem to get to the free throw line a lot.
70% free throw shooting team. Once again, Vermont picks up, trying to, again, get NJIT out of their comfort zone.
Osawe for Hess. Hess through the Osawe screen. Osawe now on the wing. Matched up one-on-one with Duncan. Trying to go baseline. Duncan cuts him off. This is going to be a fun matchup if it stays this way all game. Osawe driving to the right. Leans, blocked by Duncan. Up ahead to Sullivan. Through the lane with the left. Can't finish.
Great patience right there in terms of going coast to coast. Sullivan attacking, and now NJIT will be patient on this offensive end, but really good defense by Robin Duncan.
Hess for a big long three. That's no good. Rebounded by Penn. Dylan Penn up ahead to Finn Sullivan. He goes, attacks the rim on the kick out into the corner. Extra pass to Gibson for a three, and that's in and out, no good. Rebounded by who else but Robin Duncan. Catamounts have had very few second chances. Sullivan driving here, stops, great patience. He got fouled and he'll go to the line.
Good jump stop, step through. Lynn Sullivan gets to the rim, gets fouled. Catamounts will look to take the lead back from the foul line. Finn Sullivan gets two, down 7-6.
The future is threatened by enemies often The future is threatened by enemies often unimaginable. The future is threatened by enemies often unimaginable.
Vintage Y2K.
Yes.
Oh, retro Samsung. Very impressive.
You think so?
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. The future is threatened by enemies often The future is threatened by enemies often The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. The future is threatened by enemies often The future is threatened by enemies often The future is threatened by enemies often The future is threatened by enemies often
Vintage Y2K.
Yes.
Oh, retro Samsung. Very impressive.
You think so?
The future is threatened by enemies often unimaginable. The future is threatened by enemies often unimaginable.
ABC Hockey Saturday on ABC and ESPN+.
The ACC, SEC, and Big Ten championships today on ESPN.
John Brennan court at Patrick Gymnasium. Osawe with a little lean, but Robin Duncan says not this time. As those two have been matched up, and Osawe, that's good offense, and that's better defense this time.
Yeah, and you know, Osawe 2 of 3, 4 points, had a really good first segment. That was the one time where Robin Duncan just had a little better defense, as both of these teams have traded back and forth blows for the first 4 minutes, and 40%. Early on, teams that are very familiar with each other. Catamounts 2 of 8 from the field, 25%. Missing some easy ones around the rim early. Finn Sullivan gets to the line when we rejoin the action to give the Catamounts the opportunity to retake the lead.
NJIT 3 of 6 from the floor. Off to a hot start offensively. Catamounts just 2 of 8. Couple more shots because of a few turnovers. Well, one turnover by NJIT. Finn's first on the way, ties the game. 7-up.
Sullivan is 74% free throw shooter.
Sullivan's second on the way is good. Catamounts take the lead.
Now Vermont picking up once again.
First lead of the game for Vermont. Just shy of 5 minutes in. Makai Gray checks in for NJIT, works it around the horn and gets it back off the top of the arc. Sullivan crosses over back to the left, working on Dylan Penn. Quick ball fake. Osawe, he stopped his dribble. Osawe with 3 to shoot. Hess has to pull the trigger from the corner side of the bucket, no good, and that's a shot clock violation on NJIT.
And you can just see, the stay-home principles by the Catamounts perimeter defenders in terms of just really locking in and taking the challenge personally to keep their defender in front of them and not allow them to get by them to get to the basket.
Robin Duncan handling the point, lobs it inside. Veretto catches one, pump, powers up and in.
Nice little play inside, a little curl cut to get Matt Veretto that easy post-up opportunity on the nice pass from Robin Duncan. Veretto gets his first bucket. He has 10, the fourth different Catamount to score.
With Gray in the game, Finn Sullivan has switched off Raheem Sullivan. Now guarding Gray, Dylan Penn guards Raheem Sullivan, who fires a triple and knocks it down from the near wing.
That's a tough shot right there, going to his left. One hard dribble, pulling up, knocking it down.
Squares the game at 10 apiece. Robin Duncan, top of the key, Veretto with the answer.
The pick and the step out again right there. That's what makes Matt Veretto so tough to play. His ability to stretch the floor, sets the good screen, pops out, gets the 3.
Leaning bucket, good in the foul. It's going to be on Duncan. And that'll send Makai Gray to the free throw line.
But again, you just saw kind of like right at half court, Gray takes a change of speed, change of direction, going right to left. Robin Duncan comes in, reaches down. Gray strong enough to keep the ball from his hip up top, gets the layup and the chance to tie the game. And the silky smooth lefty knocks it down. NJIT with the answer, and we're tied at 13.
These two slugged it out in Newark just a couple of weeks ago in an 82-80 Vermont win in overtime. Aaron Deloney, the sixth man of the year, comes around the corner. Robin Duncan just picked up his second foul. So Duncan now's got 2 fouls, and that'll bring Iafolia into the contest for the first time tonight. Hilary Iafolia.
Yeah, I didn't see Robin move on that, but I know that's a point of emphasis. Would love to see that one again right in front of the NJIT bench.
Had some bodies in front of me, so couldn't quite see it. Backdoor cut, intercepted by Veretto as DeGraff went to the hoop. Veretto stops him now to complete it on the other end. That's too long, no good. And the rebound is corralled by the Highlanders.
Great defense. Good look in transition.
Hess corner ball 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Finn Sullivan.
And Hess, a tremendous shooter, shooting 45% from behind the arc, has had some good looks that just haven't gone down.
Sullivan leans, pumps, gets the ball back off the block. Lefty hook won't fall. And the rebound taken by Hess.
A nice move by Finn Sullivan. Good job by Hess to stand his ground, wall up, get that rebound.
Foul on the way in as Hilary Iafolia once again with a big block shot, but Finn Sullivan's going to call for a foul on the way through.
Nice little move right here with the body. Good help side coming. That's a nice move by Sullivan to get to the glass and now get a chance to get to the line.
Free throw good by Sullivan. Back on top go the Highlanders, 14-13. Seventh-year head coach Brian Kennedy. Good game plan down in New Jersey. And so far, so good through 7.5 or so minutes.
Executing well. You can feel a little bit of uneasiness already here in the Patrick Gym, and it's because NJIT is playing very well.
Veretto back to Penn. Dylan Penn driving, leaning. Got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be on Osawe, and that'll be his first.
And that's just what makes Dylan Penn so tough. His ability to score at every level. And right there to be able to put the ball down and have himself be able to finish with the right hand and the left hand around the basket. It's just so hard to defend.
Nick Fiorello gets his first action of the contest. Fiorello in his third game back since injury. Made his Patrick re-debut in the season finale here. Had not played at Patrick Gym since opening night.
And you could just, even in warm-ups and as he's running on and off the floor, if you see himself becoming more comfortable, getting in better shape, and just going to be great to have another body back that is so talented.
They have Iafalya matched up with Osawe, and Fiorello will be on DeGraff. On the skip pass, extra pass, Hess closed out by Iafalya, decides to drive, wraparound pass to Graff, open for three. That's no good. Rebounded by Osawe, high jumper, that won't fall, and the rebound to TJ Hurley. Catamounts in transition. Deloney into the corner, Fiorello. That's short, no good. Iafalya knocked the rebound out of bounds, and it'll be off of Valeri. And that'll bring us to a media timeout. 11 minutes, 37 seconds left to play here in the first half. We've got a good one so far in the America East quarterfinal, all tied at 15 apiece from Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gym.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see our guy.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
What if you were a trendy apparel company facing an avalanche of demand? To ensure...
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see our guy.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see our guy.
Some light beers taste half empty. Our
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
ABC Hockey Saturday on ABC and ESPN+.
Experience the power and excitement of live events with TicketSmarter. You can find seats to more than 125,000 live events on TicketSmarter.com, including America East games. Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Rob Ryan, Bernie Saplicki, Catamounts, NJIT, 1v8, 15 apiece with 11:37 left to play in the first. What do you like that NJIT is doing in this contest to hang around so far against the 1 seed?
Rebounding the basketball, getting some second chance opportunities, knocking down a couple of threes as they're 2 of 5 for 40%, but their offense just has been pretty good in terms of getting good looks, moving the ball, just executing, and they're not playing afraid. I think that's just so important. They're playing with such confidence because they really believe they should have won that last game down at NJIT, and they have something to prove. So that was the best thing for them. And we'll see with Vermont picking up full court, there's going to be, how this next 4-minute segment goes.
Inbound goes to Justin Anderson, who's checked in for Coach Kennedy. Anderson across midcourt, guarded by Aaron Deloney, the 6th man of the year for the 2nd straight season in America East. Insta offense off the bench for John Becker. Raheem Sullivan. Good start for him. He's got 5 points. Drops it for Osalwe. Jump stop in the lane up over top of Iafalea. Won't fall. Got his own rebound and put it in.
And that's 2 possessions in a row where Vermont has given up second chance opportunities right there. And Osalwe, just a strong move. I believe Gray was right there at the rim, too, to get a second chance, and Osalwe collects it, and he's got 6.
Top of the key, Deloney, catch and release. That's good.
So quick. You go underneath that screen, he's going to make you pay. How many times have we seen Aaron Deloney from that same spot just catch so quickly to release and deliver?
Your fingers can't move fast enough on the stopwatch to time his release when he catches it. It's unbelievable. Mishandled by DeGraff, stolen away by the Catamounts. Penn. Dylan Penn, kick back. Deloney rolls it. T.J. Hurley for 3. That's good.
A quick timeout's going to be needed right there as the 6th man of the year finds the all-rookie player right there for the big jumper, and the turnover and the carelessness with the ball by NJIT proves costly. Here's Deloney right there, the quick release, the beautiful rotation and the splash, and then getting out in transition. You can't leave Hurley. 3 for number 3.
Catamounts go from down 2 to leading 21-17. And Coach Kennedy takes the quick 30-second timeout, and he was pretty heated at his players. And
he should be, because in that last possession in the half court, just a careless turnover. That when you've been playing so well, and when you want to have an upset like this, you can't have that kind of turnover.
I was going to say, for Coach Kennedy, as well as they played in the overtime loss, he has to have been preaching that they have to play the perfect game to beat the number 1 seed. I mean, every 8 seed that comes in any of these tournaments has to play almost an error-free game to get over that hump.
And they've been doing that pretty well so far. And those turnovers just like that, can hurt you. And it just did right there. But he did a nice job of taking the timeout to stop the momentum, refocus his team, and let's see what they come out with here in the half court.
Osalwe in the corner with it. Puts it on the deck with the right with Iafalea on him. Hands off for Raheem Sullivan. Sullivan looking to lob it inside. Nothing there. So back out for Osalwe. Osalwe just beyond the elbow. High arcing shot. And he made it.
That is beautiful. That was just another tough shot. Should have been an and 1 right there. Really good defense by the Catamounts. But once again, better offense by Osalwe.
Dylan Penn for Aaron Deloney. Right back to Penn. Penn puts it on the deck, challenges the big man, and gets it to fall.
His ability to go right, then come back with the left and finish soft off the glass. Catamounts back up 4.
Went right after the big fella, Suleiman Diakite. Dribble drive, kick into the corner and through the hands of Anderson and out of bounds. Get a look at Penn taking on Diakite.
Right, but again, going right to the middle. Diakite cuts him off. The crossover back left, and he finishes.
Into the corner. Penn for 3. That's no good. Catamounts got a piece of that basketball, but back the other way comes Gray, and Gray can't finish. Rebound taken by the Catamounts.
Good job by Vermont to get back. A lot of contact there as Gray was going to the tin.
Handed right back for a mid-range jumper this time by Deloney. That was no good. Sullivan runs over Nick Fiorello, who draws the offensive charge.
Just a nice play by Nick, getting back, establishing his position. Sullivan runs him over.
Raheem took 1 step too many because I think he was going to stop and reverse that ball back. And Nick Fiorello just held his ground. He'll check out.
A little line change for you almost right there as
Deloney.
Gibson, the 4 starters?
Yep, Deloney, the only one who stays in the game off that change. And off for Finn Sullivan. Back to Duncan, trying to skip it to Veretto. Found him. Kicked out Gibson for 3. That's good!
And as they were getting ready to check in, Coach Becker echoed some sentiments to them rather loudly, about let's pick it up a notch and let's get it going. And you see right there the delivery. Cam Gibson knocks down that triple. Catamounts picking up the defensive intensity. Robin Duncan with 2 fouls has to be careful.
They go right to that matchup once again. Step back jumper. Good. Around and down for Osawe.
Osawe has had an answer every time, and a great recognition to go right at Robin Duncan with the 2 fouls. Tough shot right there.
And Duncan did not back off.
No.
Played good, stiff defense, and Osawe's just knocking shots down. He's got 10. Duncan trying to go to work on offense with the left off the glass, no good. Handles the rebound out to Deloney into the corner for Veretto in 3. Too strong, no good. Another offensive rebound by Duncan. Deloney splashed down from 3.
Third time's a charm. Great hustle by Robin Duncan. Extra passes around the horn. Aaron Deloney knocks down his second triple. Catamounts up 8.
29-21 Vermont. A pair of offensive rebounds for Robin Duncan in the set leads to the triple. Osawe lost the handle out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. Catamount Country rises to its feet. Vermont 29, NJIT 21 with 6:52 left to play in the first half here at Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gym in Vermont.
Every time you order a hot sub from Jersey Mike's, it's grilled fresh right in front of you. The sizzling, the chopping, the spatula. That's why I bring this. I call it dinner and a show. Look at that sizzle. So that's mine. Gotta go, Aaron. Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Lyle Thompson is now the leader in career points.
Eleanor Purrier with her first title at the mile distance.
Guaranteed from the parking lot. And the Black Bears upset Stanford.
Shuts it off. In college basketball, UNBC makes history.
Hey, babe, what's the password for the cable bill?
Rollerblade King 22, capital K.
Okay. What about the phone bill?
It's the entire alphabet backwards. ZYX.
I got it. What about electric?
Shrimp. Lobster?
It didn't work.
Try all seafood.
The words all seafood or like different seafoods?
No, just work your way through the ocean and,
What?
Forget all your passwords. Bill Pay on the TD Bank mobile app keeps all your bills in one place. TD Bank. Unexpectedly human.
Back at Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium, one offensive rebound leads to a good look. But a second offensive rebound by Robin Duncan leads to the best look as AD knocks down another triple. That's been the theme of the day for the Catamounts here, as this game was at once tied at 15 apiece.
Yeah, and the Catamounts now on a 14-6 run, 6 of 12 from behind the arc. Making 50%, and it's not always how many you make, it's kind of when you make them. And then this last segment between Cam Gibson, Aaron Deloney hitting a couple, just Vermont kind of taking control.
Matt Veretto didn't see that one coming. Reacted to the last second. Catamounts continue with the basketball.
Everybody's awake.
16 to shoot. Cam Gibson spins it back out to Veretto. Hands off for Robin Duncan. Finn Sullivan. Back to Duncan, hands off for Gibson, 5 to shoot. Gibson back inside off the fingertips of the NJIT defenders.
Only the second turnover for the Catamounts, while NJIT has 7.
McMillan running the point. DeGraff sets a screen. Duncan stays with DeGraff through the contact. Gray now skips it near side. Osawe with it. Iafalia on him. That's an interesting matchup. Osawe can get it up high, but he had it knocked away. Catamounts steal it. Gibson thought about 3, drives instead, reverses back out for Robin Duncan, and a reset of the Catamount offense. Iafalia puts it on the deck, going against Osawe. Went to go up, lost the handle, stolen away by McMillan. Pardon me, that's Gray. Osawe, and now Hess. There's McMillan. McMillan driving, puts it to Osawe in the corner. 13 to shoot for NJIT. Dribble drive by Gray, rejected by Finn Sullivan. Sullivan takes control ahead to Veretto. Veretto bounce pass. Duncan right back to Veretto. Rejected by DeGraff, but Veretto cleans it up.
Great play right there. Looks like Gray is down. Hopefully he's all right. Underneath the basket.
Gray wiped out coming back. And he did wave off the trainers. As we get a look at that last break. Gray driving, had it reject. That's a great block by Finn Sullivan.
Yeah, just great rotation coming back. Veretto handles Robin Duncan. Great presence of mind to stay with it.
Gray was busting it to get back after missing the shot on the other end, and he must have. He's back up. He seems to be all right, but he will go to the bench.
Yep. Thankfully. Now Vermont up 10 with 5:10 to go. Big possession right now for NJIT as they want to keep the deficit, if there is one, at going into the locker room at half, under 10. Haven't really taken care of the ball the last few possessions. Turnovers because Vermont's defense in the half court has found another level of intensity that NJIT hasn't been able to find.
Faison down the lane, picked up his dribble, guarded by Fiorello. Flip back out for Hess with 10 to shoot. Hess, jab step on Hurley, kicks it back out. McMillan with 2 to shoot, spins and fires and knocks it down.
Nice shot right there. Great shot right there. Not panicking at the end of the shot clock. Spin. Little fadeaway, creating some space. Knocks it down.
NJIT has hit some tough shots in this first half. Duncan to the rack for the layup.
And I love that right there. The jump stop at the end to go up with the left hand and finish for 2.
McMillan drives himself. Scoop shot won't fall. Finn Sullivan with the rebound, and he's off to the races. Sullivan bounce pass. Iafalia, little finger roll.
Nice play right there. Good drop pass by Sullivan. Iafalia with the catch and the finish. Catamounts up 12.
Faison to DeGraff. Hands it back to Hess. Catch and release 3. That's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Robin Duncan. Bounce pass for Hurley. He's going to take it to the tin. Can't get the layup to fall. Rebounded by Fiorello with a righty hook. That won't go. No foul, as Fiorello was looking for some contact. Osawe to DeGraff. To the right, DeGraff high off the window. That won't go. No whistle there either, and we play on.
Letting them play.
Hurley, one fake, step back, 3 ball, count it.
Coach Kennedy not happy right now, but there was so much contact on both of those possessions that they're letting everything go. Great step back by Hurley. Another 3 for 3. He's got 6. Catamounts in control, up 15.
Timeout on the floor with 3:12 left to play in the first. The Catamounts have ballooned the lead to 38-23.
Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
No, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
Targets are on site.
It's all here as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Targets are on site.
It's all here as we discussed.
Targets are on site.
It's all here as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
The XFL continues with Week 3 today on FX and ESPN2.
A souvenir for a lucky fan.
Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. More than a few standing ovations from this big Patrick Gym crowd for the Catamounts, who have taken a 38-23 lead on NJIT. Rob Ryan, Bernie Saplicki, Chantel Finley, good to be with you here in this America East quarterfinal. The Catamounts can continue to lead and win this game. They'll get the winner of the other game that's running concurrently to us, UMBC and Binghamton.
And, you know, you just talk about, again, the complete team the Catamounts are. You look at the bench, Aaron Deloney, TJ Hurley, both 2 of 2 from the three-point line. And it's just the three-point shooting of Vermont, 7 of 13 for 54%. And NJIT turning the ball over 8 times, especially more so late, you know, early on, especially the first 10 minutes. NJIT was kind of in control of the game. Since then, Catamounts have taken over.
Faison to inbound. Catamounts still bringing full court pressure. Puts it back into the hands of McMillan. We haven't seen Sullivan, who started running the point for NJIT in a bit. To Groff. Left side now for Faison. Hess steps around Penn, drives on Fiorello. Finger roll layup is good.
That's a nice move by Hess. Very good three-point shooter who was 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Good to get that play going, to have him attack, get to the rim, see the ball go through the basket, get that confidence going.
Duncan trying to back McMillan in, spins and finishes.
Robin Duncan, 4 points, 5 rebounds, couple of assists already. The all-defensive and all-first-team player getting it done early on here for the Catamounts.
McMillan moves it to Faison, back out now for Hess. Hess guarded by Deloney. Catamounts man-to-man almost exclusively all season long. To Graff, catch and release 3. He rattles it home.
Again, that's twice tonight. One was early on. The pick and pop knocks down that triple to cut it to 12.
He's got 6 on a pair of made threes. Dylan Penn, free access to the hoop, can't finish. McMillan did a nice job getting there late to disrupt that shot.
And a great rebound by DeGraff to come down and just corral that.
McMillan back to DeGraff. Now Osawe got tangled up with Finn Sullivan.
And that'll be Finn's second as well.
Osawe missed, which has been a rarity today.
Yes, I mean, and there's again that pick and pop. DeGraff's ability to stretch the floor, kind of like Matt Veretto for the Catamounts. Just an extra bonus and added weapon that NJIT has.
Bigs who shoot and guards who post up. That's the new way. Osawe. He's been terrific this first half. He's got 10.
And 6 rebounds.
Hess lost the handle. Deloney stole it away. Bounce pass for Penn. Penn switches back to the inside, and McMillan fouled him on the floor. before he could take that step in.
And that's a smart foul by McMillan because that's only the 15th foul getting out in transition. Vermont had the numbers and looks like an easy opportunity now. Vermont has to take the ball out of bounds, and it allows NJIT to reset their defense.
Deloney puts it on the deck, drives, got all the way in and laid it up and in.
And there's Aaron Deloney. He's had a couple of threes early on. Everybody's got to respect that, so they come pushing out. He gets the easy layup.
Osawe attacking the rim, ran into Veretto, and now a foul called as Robin Duncan was knocked over. Osawe gets called for the foul. Check that, Faison going to pick up that foul.
There's Aaron Deloney once again getting to the basket, finishing with the left hand.
Osawe checks out. Faison's got two now. Cam Gibson checks back in for the Catamounts, as does Larry Iafallo.
Right, and you're getting Robin Duncan and Finn Sullivan out of the game because they both have two fouls.
With just under a minute left to go. Don't want to have them pick up their third. 42-28. Catamounts in the lead. Late first half here at home. Deloney bounces back to Veretto. Back to Deloney. Catch and release three. That's good.
I tell you, that's why not once but twice he's the sixth man of the year. Just his ability to come in off the bench, provide a spark. He's got 11. Vermont now comfortably ahead by 17.
McMillan. About a 10-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Inside DeGraff. Jumper over top of Veretto. That won't fall. Big rebound by Iafallo.
Good job by Vermont to hold to one. You said a big rebound by Iafallo. Can Vermont close the first half here?
Deloney faked the three. Iafallo fumbled it right to Gibson, though, for three at the buzzer. It won't fall. And that'll do it here from the first half in this America East quarterfinal. The number one seed home team gets a standing ovation as they walk off Tom Brennan Court with a 45-28 lead at the break in this quarterfinal round here at home. Catamounts up big. We've got our halftime show coming up. We'll get the out-of-town score plus stats and highlights from our first half here at this America East quarter.
Targets run.
And rebound a little bit better, from that standpoint. But really those have been the biggest things. You look at the 9 turnovers in the first half that NJIT had compared to 3 for the Catamounts, and then 8 of 15 from the three-point line to 3 of 7. Catamounts with 7 offensive rebounds. Those are kind of the 3 signs that lead to this 17-point lead for Vermont.
And all of that matches up with the stat box. Points off turnovers, 13-0 for the Catamounts. Points in the paint, 16-8 for the Catamounts. Second chance points, 10-2 Vermont. And 19-5 off the bench, and that's really where Vermont gets you, is they just have so much depth that they can come in and make an impact on the game.
And the bench was 5 for 6 from the three-point line. Deloney 3 of 3, Hurley 2 of 2, and that's just tough.
Raheem Sullivan back in the game to start this second half. He started but didn't see much time after starting in the first. Just 13:09. Only 1 foul. Hess pulls it back out, but he was an effective player in the first half. Osawe double team, pass down low, and a foul going to be called on Finn Sullivan.
That's his third.
And now Sullivan's got 3, so we'll see what John Becker does here.
Number 15, Finn Sullivan, that's his 3rd personal first.
Got to trust the player of the year.
Inbound to Hess, catch and release jumper. That's no good. Rebounded by Dylan Penn. He puts it on the deck and takes off.
Nice set right there by NJIT. Got Hess a good look, just off the mark.
Free throw line. Jumper is good by Dylan Penn.
It's a nice little floater again. Dylan Penn can score with either hand around the basket. He's got 8.
Sullivan matched up with Sullivan. Finn backs off as Sullivan picks up the dribble. Right side now for a long 3-point jumper. Too strong, no good from Faison. And the Catamounts get a quick rebound leading 47-28. Matt Veretto. Right side Sullivan, inside Duncan finds Dylan Penn. Penn kicks it out, Veretto top of the key, 3, that's good.
Inside out, get the ball down low. Dylan Penn recognizes the double team. Veretto finds the nice passing lane for Penn to find him. Veretto with 10.
DeGraff for Hess. Spins it back, and then quickly inside to DeGraff. Matched up against Veretto. DeGraff spins to the left, leans with the right. No call, saved in bounds, but right to Robin Duncan. Sullivan, Cam Gibson open for 3. Rattles in and out, no good. Robin Duncan, another offensive rebound. Skips it for Dylan Penn. And a little bit of a bump on Faison. And that'll be an offensive charge.
Yeah, good move by Faison to move his feet right there. Good step in. But there again, notice how Matt Veretto moves to find the open space to get the easy pass that Penn delivers, and then Veretto knocks down the triple.
Makai Gray back into the game for Coach Kennedy's Highlanders. Diakite in as well. Kicks back out for Sullivan, right back inside to Diakite. Diakite spins, up, under, nothing's there. Sullivan's got it, Penn closes him out. Skip pass, Hess, catch and release 3, connects.
Nice skip pass right there. Defense couldn't adjust in time. Hess knocks down that triple. His first one, someone who can heat up quickly.
Cam Gibson. Top of the key for Penn. No look pass down low. Duncan catches and finishes.
What a pass. Just knowing and understanding your offense. Dylan Penn with a great look. Robin Duncan for 2.
Diakite. Sullivan. And a little bit of a hold by Veretto. And that'll be a foul.
A lot of bit of a hold. But just look at this touch pass right there. Just understanding the offense. Gray was almost there in the rotation.
And Rahman didn't reel it in cleanly. That actually helped him because that delay allowed the defender to go past Duncan. And he was able to get a free look. Sullivan spinning, leaning, can't finish. Rebound knocked out deep by Finn Sullivan, right into the hands of Cam Gibson. Sullivan hesitates, stops on the baseline, finds Duncan. Duncan spins, kicks back to Finn. Veretto for Cam Gibson. Back out for Robin Duncan with now 10 to shoot. Finn Sullivan thought about 3, steps into a dribble, kicks it out. Penn with 4 to shoot. Finn Sullivan driving. Sullivan floater, can't fall. Rebounded by Robin Duncan. Finn Sullivan trying to drive on Diakite, and Diakite a step slow getting to the baseline, fouled him.
And once again, Robin Duncan just finds a way to get around the ball to get another offensive rebound. That's at least his 4th offensive rebound here tonight, just to create an extra possession.
Veretto drives, Veretto leans, and he's knocked to the floor. And then Kevin Osawe also hit the deck after that. I think it was unrelated. Osawe was coming in to get in position, and he wiped out gripping his knee. But the foul's going to be on Makai Gray.
Yeah, looks like everybody's all right, thankfully.
It sounded worse than it ended up being, but Veretto hit with a thud. Matt Veretto, such an interesting story, as I'm sure many learned from a recent podcast, but Veretto took a few years off of playing basketball after transferring out of Delaware. Ended up at UConn as just as they called it, a civilian, just torturing people in intramurals, that's just got to be the worst if you're a guy like me who played intramurals in college and get some dude out there as a D1 scholarship player just wrecking your life. Ended up getting into the transfer portal after he graduated and left UConn, and here he is, making noise with the Catamounts here in Vermont. Diakite on the kick out. Bounce pass, finds Osawe. Osawe jumper, that's short, no good. And the rebound by the Catamounts. All those jumpers that were falling for NJIT in the first, not here so far to start the second. Catamounts with a 54-31 lead. Sullivan stole that one away. Hess in transition from three. That's no good. Long rebound is out of bounds as the NJIT player trying to save it in was stepping on the baseline. That'll bring us to our first media timeout of the second half. Catamounts with a 54-31 lead here at home against the 8-seeded NJIT Highlanders. Tom Brennan, Court at Patrick Jim, the America East quarterfinals.
At Jersey Mike's, you gotta see him freshly slice your sub right in front of you. Look at that turkey. Look at that provolone. Yep, there's some things you just gotta see. Like those lovebirds over there. Or this guy, pulling off business and casual. Bizazual. Or me, about to steal half of this guy's sub. Huh? You better eat it fast, because I'm coming. Sliced right in front of you. It's the Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Hey, babe, what's the password for the cable bill?
Rollerblade King 22, capital K.
Okay. What about the phone bill?
It's the entire alphabet backwards. Z-Y-X.
I got it. What about electric?
Shrimp.
Lobster? It didn't work.
Try all seafood.
The words all seafood or like different seafoods?
No, just work your way through the ocean and,
What?
Forget all your passwords. Bill Pay on the TD Bank mobile app keeps all your bills in one place. TD Bank, unexpectedly human.
There's just something about Vermont. It's more than green mountains and maple syrup. It's about the people. It's what makes us strong. No other company has symbolized Vermont's strength and independence more than Vermont Mutual. The only place to purchase Vermont Mutual policies is through local independent insurance agents. Vermont Mutual is the oldest insurance company in our state and also one of the highest rated in the nation. For your home, auto, and business insurance, visit Vermont Mutual online to find a local agent near you.
America East quarterfinals. Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. Rob Ryan, Bernie Sablicki, Chantel Finley with you. And the Catamounts with a 54-31 lead and off to a hot start here in the second half.
Yes, 3 of 5 from the field, 60%. You know, you look at it, Vermont almost doubling up NJIT on the glass, 27-14, 9 offensive rebounds. Robin Duncan with 5 of them. He has 6 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Just always around the basketball and getting it done.
Just a phenomenal season for Duncan, who after Nick Fiorello's injury earlier in the year had to kind of shift some things around. And we talked about the job that John Becker's done with this particular team to get them where they are. Has pushed all the right buttons, taking Finn Sullivan off the ball more, putting it into the Robin Duncan and Dylan Penn's hands. And speaking of Dylan Penn's right hand, there's a nice hook.
Yeah, just a tough shot right there. You know, going to his left, circling back, shooting with the right. 10 points, 5 rebounds. And you talk about the way he's put it all together, especially with the schedule and the travel that they've had early. Beautiful pass.
Iafalya says, get out of town.
Help side defense.
Duncan, corner, Penn hesitates, drives. Iafalya gets it back from Deloney. Now hands it off to Cam Gibson. Good patience by the Catamounts, who wanted to get out in transition after that big block shot.
Yeah, nobody rushed. Got settled. Under 10 to shoot.
And it still ends in a bucket.
Just patience. Penn getting to the basket. High and soft off the glass. They get to 2.
Leads all scorers now with 12 for the Catamounts. Sullivan Driving baseline, skips to Hess in the corner. Hess fires over Deloney. That's short, no good. Rebounded by Iafalea. Now Larry's given the Catamounts some good minutes here tonight. Jumper by Deloney, that's no good.
He has just his athleticism and his ability to control the paint and the backboard.
Very agile for a big man, and he steps in front of Diakite and takes that one away.
Just been a presence defensively.
Lob pass to Duncan. Back out for Cam Gibson. Gibson puts it on the deck to the right. Hands off Dylan. Penn spots up for a three. That's good.
Knocks down the triple in the corner, and just like that, the lead is 30.
It escalated quickly here in the second half. Catamounts off to a strong start. They've held NJIT to just one field goal, a three-pointer by Hess early on in the half.
A 16-3 run to start the second half. Another great defensive play.
What a great play by Iafalea. Finished at the other end by Robin Duncan with a driving left-handed layup. Brian Kennedy needs to talk it over, and Catamount Country is on their feet.
And they should be. The Catamounts have played so well here to start the second half and taken total control of this game.
Catamounts leading 63-31. Timeout on the floor. Back with the America East quarterfinals from Vermont after this.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico...
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
We've been living in the dark ages of light beer.
Game on.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the Buffalo Wing's been around.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
ABC Hockey Saturday on ABC and ESPN Plus.
Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. A little coast to coast for Robin Duncan, beating everybody down on the floor. And Duncan now goes to 8 points, a bucket and a rebound away from a double-double.
And an 18-3 start of the second half, and the Catamounts have taken total control of this one. Just impressive on both ends of the floor.
Catamounts will still bring pressure on NJIT, and it's fumbled out of bounds by Faison, and they'll redo that. Bad handoff by the official, I believe. Inbounds for Sullivan on the run. Sullivan pulls up, hesitates, and then pulls it back out and sets up the Highlander offense. Anderson, mid-range jumper, that's no good. Still just one bucket in the first 7:25 here for NJIT of the second half.
Got a good look right there. Nice play design. Good pull up by Anderson, just off the mark.
Hurley leans, can't finish. Rebound taken by Osalwe. Faison back to Osalwe, now Sullivan. Sullivan lobs it to Osalwe, cut off by Robin Duncan. Cam Gibson's there too. Faison leaning and finishes.
Nice play right there. Faison getting the ball, going up, left hand, absorbing the contact and finishing.
Cats lead by 30. Duncan in the corner for Deloney. Catch and release three. That's short, no good. Another big rebound. For Osalwe, keeps it. Back out to DeGraff. Now Sullivan. And a foul on Cam Gibson. And that'll bring us to the media timeout on the floor. 11:38 left to play here in the second half. Catamounts in control of this America East quarterfinal, leading 8th-seeded NJIT 63-33 in the second.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome once again. It's the
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your order fresh right in front of you. And let me tell you, watching that can send a rush of emotions through a person. Excitement, impatience, baby-like wonder, indecisive, anticipatory chewing, nerves pacing, happy claps, and finally, jealousy, because that's this guy's sub. I should order one. Good idea. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
The B1 Performance Patch elevates physical functions by transforming carbs into glucose used to fuel the body. Don't compete without it. Visit buyb1.com or on social media at B1Patch.
Food for thought.
It's more than a common phrase.
It's the intellectual nourishment that surrounds us at the University of Vermont.
Those ideas.
That atmosphere, those classes that get us up in the morning
and keep us up at night. Food for thought connects us to other hungry thinkers. Thinkers who will change your world. Like this one.
Or even this one.
All the food for thought in the world is on the menu at the University of Vermont.
Let's dig in.
Finley, and welcome back to Patrick Gym. With an out-of-town score update, Binghamton UMBC 34-36, UMBC on top, 15:42 left in the second. If Vermont is able to stay on top here, Vermont will play the winner of the Binghamton UMBC game on Saturday in the semifinals. Back to you, Robin Burney.
NJIT with the inbound. Down low, jumper. No good from Anderson. Catamounts get another rebound. That has been the theme of the evening so far. Catamounts just crushing it on the glass.
And Robin Duncan's 10th right there. 5 on the offensive glass, 5 on the defensive glass.
If Duncan can get a bucket, he'll have a double-double at least. Leaner, Gibson can't finish, but he'll go to the line as he was fouled.
And shot fake, Cam Gibson puts it down, pulls up, gets hit from behind, gets the opportunity now to get to the foul line. Catamounts on an 18-5 run here to start the second half.
Gibson's got 8 now with the made free throw. Chance to go to 9. Some happy fans in attendance right now. Glittery gold signs as well. Want to see this team get to the semifinals and then take the next step after that. Who will it be? As Chantal Finley just told us, Binghamton and UMBC are kind of in a slugfest right now. That game still 11:35 left to play. UMBC with a 5-point lead at home against Binghamton. It will be the winner of that game that will travel to Vermont. should they hold on here, leading 65-33. Sullivan.
In the other semifinal would be Lowell hosting UNH.
Sullivan had his shot blocked. Deloney back out for TJ Hurley. Short on his three-point bid. Rebounded by Faison. Osawe, such a strong first half. He's been quieted here in the second. Sullivan for three. That's no good. Rebounded by the Catamounts. Fiorello ahead now for Robin Duncan. Deloney into the corner. Finn Sullivan checks the feet for three. That's short, no good. Rebounded by Anderson of NJIT. Osawe pulls it back out. Sullivan now DeGraff. 16 to shoot. Faison inside, cradling, leaning, had it knocked out of his hands, got it back and laid it up and in. Kevin Osawe sticking with it.
And Osawe now with 12 points, 9 rebounds, like you said, just sticking with it. Just so tough around the basket to be able to finish, and has scored just with guys on him all night long.
TJ Hurley lobs it inside. Fiorello had to adjust, able to sling it, and then nearly threw one to me.
You were open.
I was, but I am currently not in uniform.
But it's in your range.
I don't think so.
No?
I'm lucky to get to the free throw line these days and make shots. Gray. Top of the key for Anderson. Now Faison. Faison crosses over to the right. Tried to split the D. Hurley got turned a bit. And I think TJ is going to become fouled there, his first.
Yeah, just a little forearm to the back as he was trying to fight through to get back in front.
Anderson tried to go baseline, cut off there by Finn Sullivan, so NJIT works it around the horn. Gray, step back three ball, that's good.
Nice little step back right there. Gray's got 6, the step back, high arcing, nice rotation. That touched nothing but net.
Deloney's open for three, and he knocks it down.
Just answers that right there, a breakdown defensively. Deloney steps back up top. He's got 14 as he knocks down his 4th triple.
Ooh, trying to rock the rim. Gray hammered it hard off the back. Finn Sullivan the other way. For Hurley, now Deloney. Deloney's got 14. In the corner, matched up on DeGraff. Veretto back to Deloney, trying to take him quick off the first step. Instead fires a jumper over top of the big fella. That was off the mark and no good.
Recognized the mismatch. Had an opportunity, just off the mark.
Anderson with a nice lefty floater over top of the big fella, Ilariah Falia.
Nice little move right there to get into the lane, to pull up and knock it down. That timeout, a 30-second, will stretch to a full timeout. Catamounts taking care of business at home, and they will look to finish this one out to get a matchup on Tuesday night here on Tom Brennan Court.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico has been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
Game on.
I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
Targets are on site.
It's all here as we discussed.
Targets are on site.
It's all here as we discussed.
Champ Week, presented by Principal, continues through March 12th on the networks of ESPN.
Tom Brennan Court at Patrick Gymnasium. Got to support the team. Little paint going on in the student section. Catamounts out to a big lead here, 68-40. With 8:09 left to play. Some members of the women's basketball team for Vermont in attendance as well, behind the gentleman with the paint, as they'll get ready to tip it off in their semifinal matchup tomorrow at 1 p.m. here at Patrick Gym. And all roads to America East Championships on the men's and women's side run through Patrick Gym.
It's been a very exciting time here, in Catamount country on both sides of the basketball. Both teams representing so well and having tremendous seasons. But again, everybody looking for a couple more victories here in the next week to punch the ticket to the ultimate big dance.
8:09 left to go in this one. Catamounts with a comfortable lead on the 8th-seeded NJIT Highlanders, who dragged the Catamounts kicking and screaming into overtime a little over a week ago. Catamounts were in a battle early in this one, as NJIT was quite game in the first 6 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to even say first 10 minutes they were just hanging around, executing, taking care of the basketball, and then Vermont just found another level that NJIT wasn't able to match.
Got that man in the game. Deloney hands off to Iafolia, who throws it down with a two-handed jam.
A beautiful, unselfish pass by Deloney to Iafolia, who goes up for the flush and the two.
DeGraff thought about three. He's knocked down a couple of those. On the other end, what a great finish by Kevin Osawe on the pass from DeGraff.
A great pass by DeGraff, but the athleticism by Osawe up there to be able to catch up above the rim, gather himself, finish. He's got 14 and 9.
Matt Veretto for three. That's too strong, no good. TJ Hurley punched the rebound toward Iafolia. Iafolia was coming in, though. Had to go past him, and NJIT can take over. Osawe with 14 in the game. Moves it to the right. Faison spun on Hurley, and TJ's going to pick up his second foul. You look at this pass by Deloney, and well, Larry knows what to do from that range.
He does. Just again, explosive off a two, up above and through everybody for the easy bucket.
Stolen by Aaron Deloney, and he had to go into the first row and says hi to the fans, make sure they're okay. NJIT basketball with a fresh 20. .702 left to play. Highlanders to inbound on the near sideline. Gray. Right side to Faison, driving on Hurley. Got to the front of the rim, couldn't get it. And Dylan Penn had to foul Osawe,
who now has a double-double. Just again, very much like Robin Duncan, always is around the basketball, has a nice knack for it, picks up that offensive rebound.
So Osawe to the free throw line for two. He's had a terrific game. Made a lot of real tough shots in that first half over top of Robin Duncan. It was a great battle. Duncan ended up picking up a block shot against him, and back and forth they went.
Osawe, a 70% free throw shooter. Gets that first one to go down.
Snaps up the second and connects. 2-for-2 trip for Osawe, who's used pretty much all the tools in the toolkit tonight.
He has brought it, the double-double. Made tough shots.
Dylan Penn left a hole, and he throws it down with a left-handed dunk.
Yeah, the breakdown defensively. Dylan Penn goes to the rim, rocks it for the easy two. Catamounts inching closer to the semifinals on Tuesday.
On the kick out. Long jumper, too strong, no good. TJ Hurley with a rebound. Lob pass ahead. Iafolia finishes.
Great outlet, getting out in transition. Iafolia, just his athleticism on full display, offensively and defensively tonight. Catamounts in control, up 30.
And he's grown so much this season with the more minutes he's been afforded, as that's a big jumper from DeGraff as he knocks down a triple.
His third one tonight.
Iafolia averaging about 10 minutes per game in his career as Dylan Penn's allowed to go right to the hoop. And this will be a full timeout, so we'll step aside too as Iafolia running the floor with athleticism. Catamounts up 74-47 with 5:57 left to play here in the second. Catamounts have come out in this second half and really put the hammer to NJIT, and they've done it in such a variety of ways here in the second half, and most notably now with Aaron Deloney and Iafolia running the floor.
Right, and you just talked about the balance and the depth of this team, that everybody's contributed, and it's just been just a total team effort, offensively, defensively, the way they've controlled the backboard, out rebounding NJIT, Vermont not turning the ball over, while NJIT is committed, double-figure turnovers. Vermont has not, and just really a total team effort by Vermont, just taking care of business.
7 is the career high for Iafolia. That happened earlier this year against Maine on January 19th. So he's got 6 now, one off his career high.
Matt Barretto from downtown, Cam Gibson, he's got 9 points. Dylan Penn now with 17. Robin Duncan a basket away from a double-double. You talk about the bench, not only those two guys, but TJ Hurley knocking down triples. Just, so much. Even Nick Fiorello, great to have him back as he's now, playing double-figure minutes. It's just, it's all coming together for the Catamounts.
Meanwhile, who they might play in the next round is still to be determined in Baltimore, as UMBC has a 52-50 lead on Binghamton. Binghamton had led briefly 50-48 late in that contest, or quite late in that contest. It's got about 8 minutes left to go, but those teams in a dogfight on the campus of UMBC right now. Catamounts, meanwhile, with a 74-47 lead. Hurley to the baseline, pulls it back out for Deloney. Deloney drives, skipped it to the near side. Dylan Penn tracks it down. And now a whistle. And what have we?
The shot clock stopped.
Actually, they're assessing a foul on Faison. Away from the basketball. Got a little chippy with, I'm not sure if it was Iafolia or Hurley. And now they're going to the monitor to take a look and see if it was a little more.
Yeah, interesting. Totally away from the ball as Dylan Penn was chasing down the basketball.
So they'll take a look here at Faison. Is 35. That ball comes to the near side. And the whistle came super late. I don't know if it was as TJ was coming through.
On the Deloney pass, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Deloney, pardon me. Yeah. Oh, the monitor was to check the clock after the whistle, not for anything untoward on the foul. So 5:39 left to play. Catamounts will inbound from underneath the hoop. Penn flips it over the top to Deloney. Barretto hands back to AD. Thought about a deep three, instead puts it on the deck. Iafolia, who almost lost the handle and carried, was able to keep it under control. Now Penn scoops high off the window, can't get it to roll home.
Nice move right there at the end of the shot clock. Hung on the iron, but just fell off.
Faison wants to back TJ Hurley in. Skips it out. Anderson catch and release three. That's no good. Hurley with a rebound.
Good look for Anderson right there at the top of the key.
Deloney for three. That's well off the mark and no good. DeGraff. Top of the key for Osawe. Osawe at the elbow, got a man in the air, stepped through and knocks down another bucket. 18 for him.
Here with a score update of the Binghamton UMBC game. It is tied up, 7:48 left in the second half.
Osawe, I tell you, just that was a great move to finish right there. Just like Dylan Penn, these guys, their ability to score and finish around the basket is just so impressive.
19 for Dylan Penn now. DeGraff with a three-pointer.
That's his fourth. Again, his ability to stretch the floor, knock down those triples.
Kel DeGraff's got 12, all on three-pointers. Matt Barretto himself with 12. Inside, Penn's all alone and lays it up and in.
Yeah, it's just way too easy right there. Great pass from Barretto. Dylan Penn now with 21.
Backing in Faison. Faison skips it out. DeGraff's wide open for three. He misses, too strong. Rebounded by Hurley.
Now Vermont just wants to be patient.
Nick Fiorello and Cam Gibson set to check back in at the next whistle. Dylan Penn crosses over to the right. Little floater. Count it.
Just so tough, I tell you. Just right hand, left hand, going right, going left. Just so impressive, his ability to score.
Anderson for Gray. Back to Anderson. He fires away from three. That's too strong, no good. Rebounded by the Catamounts.
Again, Vermont just did a nice job taking care of business here tonight. NJIT came out early on, was hanging around, but then Vermont.
Aaron Deloney cradles and finishes.
It's the strong move right there, going to the basket. He's got 16. And really just offensively, a spectacular performance.
Inside, DeGraff will hammer it down.
Nice job by Gray, putting the ball down along the baseline. DeGraff rotating to the rim, goes up for the dunk. He's got 14.
Quick timeout by the Catamounts. And that'll bring us to our final media timeout on the floor. Another standing ovation from this Patrick crowd in Catamount country. They're Catamounts looking for a date in the semifinals with an 82-54 lead in the quarterfinal round of the America East Tournament.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how
The future is threatened by enemies often unimaginable. Some light beers taste half empty. Ow.
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around. Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how
When it's tournament time, we don't go big. We go bigger.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Guy...
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Guy...
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Guy...
The future is threatened by enemies often unimaginable.
Game on.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
Geico's been offering savings for over 85 years. That's longer than the buffalo wing's been around.
Targets are on site.
It's all here, as we discussed.
ABC Hockey Saturday on ABC and ESPN+.
The unbelievable is everywhere. Welcome to the playoff push.
Catamounts will dig a little bit deeper into their bench here for the final 153, leading 82-54. Sam Alamutu out there for the Catamounts, along with George Ochoa, Michel Dashimier. I believe that's Perry Smith Jr. in the corner there, and Nick Fiorello. Fiorello top of the key with the basketball. Alamutu now trying to get it down low, but it was kicked by the defense of Mackay Gray. Dashimier will inbound from underneath. Alamutu had that pass knocked away and then steals it back as Gray just couldn't sort it out. Alamutu for two.
Nice play right there. Gathering the possession, picking that up, going hard to the basket, and finishing.
Gray to DeGraff. One touch kick out for Faison. Down low. Rejected by Ochoa, who challenged Osawe.
Nice help rotation right there.
In the corner, jumper connecting is Justin Anderson.
Nice jumper by Anderson right there. Quick timeout for substitution.
Isle Nankin will get into the game. And I don't think he has a timeout.
Oh, jeez.
Coach Kennedy took a timeout for rotations, and they don't have one. So this might be an administrative technical foul.
Okay.
Gotcha. So it's in no substitution will be allowed, and it was a inadvertent whistle. So Coach Kennedy not charged with a timeout he doesn't have. And the sub Isle Nankin will have to wait. Shades of Michigan. Much less of a critical spot here for Coach Kennedy, of course. Dashimier puts it on the deck with the left. Bounce pass for Fiorello. Had it on his hip. Kicks it back out for Ochoa. Ochoa driving left. Stops in the key. Little leaner off the window. Won't fall. Rebounded by NJIT. Osawe for Anderson. DeGraff. Inside 30 seconds left to go in this America East quarterfinal. DeGraff. Alamutu pulls down the rebound, and the Catamounts can run out the clock. Once again, the Patrick faithful to their feet. The semifinals are on the horizon for Vermont as they take care of business in the quarters against the 8th-seeded NJIT Highlanders. Final score, 84-57, Catamounts win.
Just a great team effort by the Catamounts. Wonderful team effort once again. Now they're just one step closer to what they want to do, and that's get back to the NCAA tournament. They'll have a battle on Tuesday here in the semifinals, but just so many contributions from this team from top to bottom, and why win number 21 and 13 in a row in the America East was a good one.
And a couple of big three-pointers from the sixth man of the year, Aaron Deloney, who checks into the game right around the time it was still fairly close in that first half, and he started heating up. Also with the sweet dimes as Larry Iafalea rocks the rim with a big dunk. No-look passes, finishes by Robin Duncan again was terrific.
It's just a great game. Robin Duncan almost a double-double. Dylan Penn with 23. See who Vermont gets on Tuesday.
Running the floor, Larry Iafalea. Catamounts using everybody to get to a big victory tonight. For Bernie Suplicki, Chantel Finley, I'm Rob Ryan. Catamounts are on to the semifinals with an 84-56